there, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. I am Muphidaht and I would like it if you click down below to subscribe to my channel. So today I'm so excited to tell you guys that this video is in collaboration with Maybelline. They have some really exciting Eid deals for you guys, and if you didn't know, it's going to be an affordable full face makeup tutorial and it's so gonna be beginner friendly. I just want to show you guys the package that I was sent, and this is from Maybelline. They sent me some amazing stuff, including some of the packages that are going to be given to you guys as amazing deals for Eid. So if you want to see how this video goes down, carry on watching and let's just get right into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my skin with the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. This stuff is really bomb. I did like a first impressions with this primer. It's one of the OG primers and it works for all skin types. My skin is oily combination and this primer works quite well. I'm just going to go on and massage it into my skin and you guys are gonna see how it literally instantly erases my pores. Like, pores have left the chat. I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless foundation in the shade 340. This foundation is medium to buildable coverage and it's an amazing formula, especially for oily skin. You guys know that I also deal with hyperpigmentation. This foundation gives me the amount of coverage that I want. On days when I don't want to have like a full coverage, I can just go in with as much foundation as I need. I'm gonna go ahead and blend it into my skin with soft short stippling motions with my foundation brush. This foundation is so beautiful. I'm going in with some more and I'm gonna blend it in this time with a damp beauty blender, just cause I don't want the foundation to be too much on my face and I just wanted a little more coverage, so I'm just going in with a beauty blender just to blend it in and take off any excess product. You can of course blend your foundation in with a beauty blender, there's nothing wrong with it, but I prefer going in with a brush before going in with a beauty blender. If you've been here, you know why I do that, because you know, brushes cannot be beat. Brushes are actually really the best in my opinion. I'm gonna go ahead and conceal with the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer. This is the shade Tan. I'm gonna go ahead and apply it under my eyes and you know, the bridge of my nose, my mustache area, my chin, usually the places that I highlight. This foundation, the foundation I used earlier, is not like a full coverage foundation, so I wanted a little extra coverage, and this concealer is almost my skin tone, so I was just trying to give myself a little more coverage. By the way, I'm blending it out with the same beauty blender that I used. I'm gonna go in with a second concealer. You guys are gonna see in just a sec, but for the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out evenly. You guys are gonna see, like, it's so flawless. I love this concealer. It's really cool, and this is the shade Tan, if I didn't mention earlier. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Caramel. I'm gonna go in with that to, you know, highlight my skin, and I'm gonna go into the same spots that I concealed. Now you can skip the first concealing step if you want. You can just go in with a highlighting concealer, but I had some blemishes on my face and I just wanted to get some more coverage before going into highlights. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, and if you're rocking this for Eid, you need to cover up all the blemishes, girl. You need to look very, very pink. So yeah, I'm gonna go in and blend out with a brush. A brush gives me a little more coverage and a little more control, so I like to blend out with brushes just because they give me a fuller coverage. And I like to go in with a beauty blender to do extra blending, to just take off any excess product. In my opinion, brushes give me a little more control. I don't know how you guys feel. Let me know in the comments section below. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the coverage is so bomb. This is one of the shades that I was sent, and I don't know why I didn't look into getting this shade earlier. It's literally so perfect. It's so warm. It has like a golden undertone and it's extremely perfect for my skin tone. I'm just going in with the same beauty blender to take off any excess products and to do some more blending. For blending out the highlight on my nose, I'm just using a tiny brush just because I want the product to stay exactly where it's at. I realize when I use a beauty blender, the product tends to move all over the place, and you don't want that. If you want your nose to be snatched, you should probably blend out your nose highlights with a small brush. I'm going in with a black opal stick foundation to contour. I didn't have a darker Maybelline concealer, so I'm just contouring with this stuff. I always use this stuff. I'm just going over the perimeter of my face, the sides of the bridge of my nose, and I already applied some onto my cheekbones. Contouring makes your face really, really snatched. You should probably use a concealer that is 2 to 3 shades darker than you to create shadows on your face. And you should blend out the contour on your forehead into your hairline, the contour on your cheekbones upwards to, you know, give your face some structure. And yeah, you can completely skip this step if you don't want to contour, but contouring is like literally one of my favorite makeup steps. And I'm just blending out the contour on my nose with a small brush. Again, I use a small brush because I want to be able to control the product so that it doesn't move all over the place, seeing that my nose is like a very small space. So yeah, I'm going back in with a brush that I used to blend out my highlights, just to blend in any harsh lines. I usually like to contour first, but I decided to highlight first today. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. You can contour and highlight first. And I'm going back in with a beauty blender to do some extra blending just to make sure everything is seamless and sitting right on my face. For setting powder, I'm going in with a Sacha Buttercup setting powder. I'm going to go ahead and just set wherever I applied the concealer earlier. I would have used my Maybelline Fit Me, but it's slightly a little darker and I wanted to save or like maintain the brightness under my eyes, so that's why I was using the Sacha Buttercup setting powder. However, Maybelline Fit Me setting powder or Maybelline loose powder is available in other shades that you can get, and those are really, really bomb. They are matte, they are like finely milled, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows. I'm using the Maybelline Tattoo Liner. This stuff is so creamy and I really, really love that it's like a perfect shade for my brows. So I just went over the top and the bottom part of my brows and I filled in my brows with the Evita Joseph Expert Brow Liner. I used the two. You can completely use this product. You don't have to go out and get any extra brow products, but this is what I decided to do just cause I'm me and I'm extra. So yeah, I'm just, putting in the Evita Joseph into the brows, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend it out with a spoolie. I have a detailed brow tutorial on my channel in case you are interested. I will link it down below or above in the card so you guys can go ahead and check it out. It's extremely beginner friendly. Yeah, so I'm just going over my brows just to make sure everything looks nice. And I'm gonna go ahead and conceal with the first concealer I used, which was the Maybelline AG1 concealer in the shade Tan, which is extremely close to my skin tone. I'm using that to sculpt out my brows. I'm using a flat brush. I use a concealer that is close to my skin tone to sculpt out my brows first, and especially the top part of my brows, because I don't want to have that white cast above my brows. It's literally not pretty at all. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, you know, blend it out with the same brush that I used to blend out my highlight earlier. And I'm gonna go in with the second shade, which is Caramel, and I'm just sculpting out the bottom part of my brows, and I'm just gonna drag it down my eyelids and just, you know, blend it out. I'm just killing two birds with one stone. I am concealing the lower part of my brows and you know, creating a nice canvas on my lid, just so my eyeshadow can go in really smoothly. I'm blending it out just to make sure everything is very nice and seamless. And I'm going in with the setting powder to set my eyebrows and my eyelids. If you've been here for a while, you know that I set my eyebrows always. And I'm going in to bake with the Sacha Buttercup setting powder that I used earlier. I'm just baking and also to catch fallout from my eye makeup. Yeah. And I'm going in with the Fit Me loose powder, and I'm gonna go in with the shade 30, and I'm gonna use that to do the reverse contouring. As you guys can see, is really a nice shade, and it's matte powder. You guys know that I love matte powder because my face is oily and all that. So yeah, I use that to do the reverse contouring and to set my forehead as well. I'm just gonna go in and set the highlights on my nose as well. Now for bronzing, I'm going in with the Full Spectrum CoverGirl bronzer in the shade Ebony. Sorry, I wasn't gonna bronze. I was gonna put that into my crease, like as a good transition color before I go in with the eyeshadow. This eyeshadow look is literally one of the simplest, and it's so glam. It's so glam, and it's amazing, and it's perfect for Eid. I can't wait for you guys to see this look, guys. So I'm just blending in the bronzer into my crease to make sure that everything is nice. And I'm going in with the Burgundy bar from Maybelline. This is a really pretty eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna go in with that dark brown shade right there, and I'm gonna go into my outer V area just to blend it out and just smoke it out some more. This is going to be really simple, and I went in with a small brush just to, you know, pack the product on there to create some smoke, some drama, just cause, you know. And I'm just going to smoke it out and blend it. You guys should watch closely how I do that. I just keep packing it onto my outer V and smoking it out into my crease. I'm gonna go into that gold color right there, and I'm gonna put that all over my lid, focusing on the center part of my lid and just, you know, blending it into the outer V color that I applied earlier, just to create a really nice gradient, like a nice gold smoky eye, which is very appropriate for Eid, for my glam girls who like the soft glam. This is super simple, and yeah, I really do like how this is turning out. And I'm going into that copper color right there. I'm gonna apply that into the innermost portion of my eye, and I'm gonna drag it out to meet the middle part color that I applied there earlier to create a nice gradient. I hope you guys get what I'm doing. It's quite simple. Just watch carefully and you guys are gonna get this, you know, eye look. It's really quite simple. Now I'm gonna go back into the color that I applied earlier, the dark brown color, just to, you know, create the little smoke that I created earlier. And I'm gonna go into this Colossal Kajal eyeliner, and I'm gonna put that into my waterline to tightline my eyes. This is a very simple technique if you're afraid to poke your eye out like me. So I'm just applying that, and I'm gonna go into the Maybelline Hyper Precise All Day Felt Tip Liner. This is really bomb, especially if you're a beginner and you're afraid to mess up your eye makeup. This is a really nice intense felt tip eyeliner, and if you're trying to create a wing, I suggest that you go for this one. It's affordable, it's beginner friendly, and it's beautiful. I really do love how this turned out. It's very dark and quite intense, and it just brought the eye look together. Now I think I'm going to apply my eyelashes off camera, and I'm gonna go back into the dark brown color that I applied earlier down in the beginning, and I'm just going to smoke out my lower lash line just to make sure that it resembles the top part of my eyelid. And I'm gonna go back into that copper shade right there, and I'm gonna apply that into my inner corner highlight. There's no eye makeup with inner corner highlights, guys. Inner corner highlights is just really bomb. And I'm gonna go ahead and dust off all the excess setting powder on my face and any fallout as well, and I'm just gonna blend the rest of the setting powder into my skin. I'm gonna go in with a Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder in the shade 355. I'm gonna use that to blend in the rest of my face, just to blend in any harsh lines. As you guys can see, this powder is slightly darker than my face, but I'm doing this to make sure that everything appears really blended out and seamless, just because the setting powder is slightly a little too light for me. So you can do this to make sure everything is sitting right on your face. I'm gonna show you guys another tip that you can do as well. I'm going to go in with the Maybelline SuperStay pressed powder. This is way lighter than my skin tone, but it's exactly the shade I want to use because it's quite bright. And I'm going to use that to set my under eyes, just to keep the brightness under there. Yeah, so this is another step to do. But if you don't want to do any of these, of course you can just use your setting powder and, you know, dust off the excess setting powder and go ahead and go on with your makeup. I'm extra, that's why I'm doing that. Now I'm going in with my CoverGirl bronzer. I'm gonna use that to bronze my face, just to warm up my face a bit and to bring back the structure into my face. I'm also gonna go into the same bronzer and just, you know, bronze out my nose. The nose contour that I did earlier got a little lost. Now a tip is to drag your contour into your eyebrows to make it look and appear a little more natural. Trust me, it makes a huge difference. I'm gonna go into the Milani Baked Blush just to apply onto my cheekbones. You don't have to do blush, but blush makes you look really pretty. I know most of you are afraid of blush, but blush is quite amazing. And I'm just applying that onto the apples of my cheeks as well as my nose because I'm extra. And I'm going ahead to set my entire face to melt everything together. Now I'm gonna go in with the Falsies Lash Lift from Maybelline. I'm gonna apply that onto my lower lashes. Now look at the length that this product is giving me, guys. And I'm also going to use the same mascara to blend in my natural lashes into the Falsies. Yeah, that looks really bomb. And I'm gonna go into my OG highlighter. As you can see, it's really beat up. That just shows how much love I show this product. I'm applying that onto the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, my brow bones, my cupid's bow, as well as my cheekbones. Now on the day of Eid, I'm gonna be applying so much more highlighter, so you can see my highlighter from miles away, because the entire Ramadan I was looking like a bum. Now I'm going to go in and line my lips with the same lip liner or eyeliner that I used earlier. This stuff is really creamy, and there is nothing wrong with using the same brow products for your lips. And I'm going in with the SuperStay matte ink, and I'm gonna put that into the center of my lip and then blend it out completely. Now I'll see you guys at the end of the video. We've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much to Maybelline for collaborating with me. Don't forget to check out the amazing deals. Everything I use will be listed down below in the description box as usual. I hope you learned something. Eid Mubarak to all my Muslim subscribers. I'll see you guys in my next one. Don't forget to hit the like button. Bye guys.